Hey loves, it's Britt, and in this video I'm talking about what it means to have your Venus square to someone's Venus in Synastry. So this one needs to be talked about for sure. So with this one, we have a very different love nature. The way that we love, the way that we express our heart, the way that we feel pleasure, what we feel pleasure in, what we value, what our tastes are, how we spend money. These things are all at conflict here. Now, you could have other things going on in your synastry that will mitigate this. Like, usually you're not going to have just this singled out. Like, you could have Venus square Venus, but then Venus trine Moon or something, and then that's going to lessen the effects of this a lot. So, usually one aspect is not alone in isolation. Now, with this aspect, we can still be really attracted to each other because our Venus is being touched, and the square is a very active aspect of constant tension. So, at the beginning, especially, there could be a huge buzz and attraction for each other, and your heart does get activated. You do feel like this is someone you want to check out. But you'll notice pretty early on that you're different in a lot of ways. And, you might just have, yeah, very different tastes. Like it could be very superficial things that you're different in. It might not be a deal breaker. It might not be like, definitely isn't the worst aspect that you could have. But it can definitely present some problems where when you express your affection to this person, you can feel like they just don't get it. Now, if you've got other stuff going on, like heavy Pluto or Saturn karmic stuff going on, and then you have this, you could end up feeling like this person really doesn't receive your love. And it could even be like a physical manifestation of this is like they don't receive your gifts, like you're getting them something and they don't like it, or you're the way that you flirt, the way that you pursue them. Well, that could be more shown by Mars too, which we could have compatible Mars, and then that's going to help this a lot. But the way that you express your heart to this person, it could feel like you're shut down. So, like, an example of this could be like one of you likes writing these long love letters. Not that anybody actually writes a physical letter anymore, but let's just say one person is very into expressing their love through words, and the other person is that's not their love language. Like that is repulsive to them, and they, like, when they receive this, they just say, oh thanks, but they know like they don't really like this kind of expression of love. So they, like, that is just like one example that could show up. Now, this could be just harmless where you could just end up talking to your partner and saying, look, I just don't prefer that expression of love, or that's not how I work. I know that's how you work, but that's not what I like, right? Or it could be something like simple, like, well, I want my house decorated in bright colors, and my partner wants them decorated in blacks and grays, or something like that. Or I want to go to the metal show and see some loud guitars, and someone wants to go to an acoustic, folk concert or something. So these are just some examples, right? So you're kind of getting the gist of it. Like, so if the rest of your synastry is really good, you can have a really long lasting relationship with this aspect. It's not a deal breaker. It's not one of the most toxic things or anything like that. But it just could be annoying. It's frustrating. It could be, that someone does end up not feeling heard and not feeling loved, right? And if the rest of the synastry is a mess, or the composite chart is a bunch of really difficult stuff, this can really add to this feeling of like, what are we doing? What are we doing together? And like with Venus, initially we have attraction with the square. We want to value this person, but what we find out about them over time and how different we are, we might change our mind and feel like we don't value them. We don't have anything in common, you know? That's what we can end up feeling like is we don't have anything in common. And so what can end up happening in long-term relationships that have this square, and I've seen it happen, is that they end up staying together if they have a lot of Saturn contacts that are keeping them together. The rest of the synastry is good, but they live different lives. And one partner or both partners does not partake in the same pleasurable hobbies as the other. They end up having different hobbies. They end up living different lives, okay? Because they just don't enjoy the same things. The other conflict could be spending. One person spends a lot, one person is like, why are you spending so much? So differences like that. And even socially, one person could be very social and outgoing, and the other person is shy and withdrawn and doesn't enjoy that. So these are the kind of things. But it does create a buzz of attraction. I do think that having Venus aspected is better than not having Venus aspected, but like you have to look at the whole chart. So if you've got like Venus square Venus and Venus square Pluto, Saturn, Moon, and Sun too, that's hard on Venus, right? That's gonna hurt the heart. But if you've got Venus square Venus and a bunch of really other nice trines or conjunctions and other good things going on, then this is just going to be a minor annoyance that, we're a bit different in these realms and we have some different tastes, and maybe we're going to enjoy our hobbies separately at times. So, yeah, I'd love to know your experience of this aspect. Was it like this? Was it not like this? Let me know in the comments, you guys, and thank you for all your requests. Keep them coming. I add them all to my list. And yeah, we'll talk soon. Thanks. Bye, you guys.